It's just got to be frustrating for you when these things come back around. Like, there was no flat Earth theory when I was in high school. So
well, there are other things, though. Think about it. When you were in high school, there was much more astrology going on.
Oh, yeah.
The President Reagan.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Nancy Reagan had an astrologer. So today, you don't see much of it.
Unless you talk to Steve Maxwell.
Well, but it's still there. It's just not. It's not manifesting in public policy.
Some people believe in it deeply.
I agree, but it's not up there in public policy. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, Nancy Reagan was really the only one that made it public policy.
Sure,
wasn't she?
but at the bar, do you hear people saying, "What's your sign?"
Oh, hell yeah!
Is that still a pickup time?
Oh, hell
still?
yeah, 100%.
No, that would not be true.
Listen, dude, you're married.
On Tinder,
you're an older man.
I'm out of it.
You don't understand. If you want to get laid, you got to talk nonsense to people.
Got to talk.
Well,
smack.
I'm a Scorpio. If you're a Taurus, we should just stop talking.
Okay, so
now.
I missed that. I misled myself. I thought it was fading.
Oh,
but Nancy Reagan was the big proponent.
Well,
at the time,
but it's nonsense astrology now. It's not like someone who really understands astrological charts and can plot it, and the moon's in retrograde, and you were born on, Celsius is rising, and all that crazy crap that they tried. I don't know what they're doing.
I was on a talk show with an astrologer.
A real one?
Apparently, yeah, she's a real one or a fake one, right?
How do you know?
She says she's real.
Okay.
And I trust her because she talks about how fake other astrologers are.
Oh, so she's a hater.
No.
She's a hater. Don't trust her.
And she was saying that the Kennedys all died during a lunar eclipse.
Oh, scary.
And that this is a very checkable statement. She just says this, and everyone's listening and believing, and said, "Wow, that can't be by accident." Well, I don't know when other Kennedys died, but I know when Jack Kennedy died, and it was November 22nd, 1963. So I don't need to know if there's an eclipse then. I just need to know what phase the moon is in.
Right.
Because you can only have a lunar eclipse when the moon is full. So the moon was nowhere near full. It was like 2 weeks away from full. Even if there was an eclipse, it didn't happen during an eclipse, is my point.
Right.
Okay? So...
Of course, because it was daylight.
Well, no, you can have a lunar eclipse at any time. Okay?
Yeah, you can. You can have a solar eclipse
at any time, too. It's just not for you.
Dark.
It's just not for you. It'd be for the other side of the earth.
In the world.
Right. Don't be so centric. In fact, when there's a lunar eclipse, anyone on the side of the earth that sees the moon will see the lunar eclipse. So, by the way, lunar eclipses, you get several per year, by the way, partial eclipses as a minimum. And every couple of years, there's full lunar eclipses. So these are not rare things to start. They're not rare, okay? So I said, he was shot when I forgot what moon it was, a first quarter moon. And she said, oh, well, this counts if they're anywhere within 2 weeks on either side of the eclipse.
What? That's a month.
That's a month out of 12. What? So I said, let me just shut up here and let her keep.
What did she say?
We were sharing the time. It was Pharrell had a talk show. We were both on Pharrell's talk show. So, and he likes science, by the way. And he wore a NASA shirt at the Academy Award group photo.
That's
so
cool.
I got to give him some props for that. So I just said I have nothing more to say here. Hence, my argument with her lasted less than 5 minutes.
Now, what are they when they're trying to decide like what your personality would be and what what you can dictate from your birth date and what time you were born? What are they exactly trying to connect?
So I had a deeper awareness of this recently when I learned that people take the names of things very seriously. Okay? The names mean things to people, regardless of what the thing actually is.
Okay.
Okay, so now, the ancients looked up, and they saw these stars, and they put their culture on the sky. So there's centaurs, there's there's a centaur archer, so it's Sagittarius. We have Orion the hunter. We have Taurus. We have sea serpents. We have rivers. We have stuff that mattered to people back then. Okay? We have Aquarius. What is it? What's the water bearer? Oh, the water bearer. That must mean that when the sun is in Aquarius, it's going to rain more on Earth. Why? Because the ancients called it the water bearer.
Oh, okay.
And all of a sudden, the name reigns supreme over the fact that it is a random set of stars, widely separated in space, that don't even look like people holding a pitcher of water. Of the 88 constellations, about 6 of them look like what you're told they're supposed to look like. The rest require opium-induced imagination to establish what they are. So they all have names. Then you go to the astrologers' tables, and they say, oh, this is the rain sign, or this is a drought sign. And they take the names of things, and those names are what they interpret based on where the moon is, the sun is, where the planets are, and all whatever the angle configurations there are. And each angle has a certain latitude over which they'll count it as a hit rather than as a miss. And so this gives extraordinary capacity of the astrologer to tell you what's going on in your life.
Oh, so it's bullshit.